And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Buckle up, because what I have for you today is a total unmitigated disaster for Keir Starmer and the entire globalist establishment. We aren't just looking at another oopsie from the Home Office, we are looking at a mask-off moment provided by Rupert Lowe that proves the people running this country are suffering from a total break with common sense. Rupert Lowe, a man who actually has the stones to sit on the Public Accounts Committee, has just released a series of findings that are beyond damning. But before he could even get the words out, he's been slapped with death threats for daring to criticize the rampant sexism within certain cultures. The woke elite and their foot soldiers don't want you to hear this. They want to intimidate anyone who stands up for British-born and bred values. They want to silence the truth with threats of violence while the police investigate, and we all know how that usually goes, don't we? But I want to start with a question for you lot, and I want an honest answer. Do you feel safer, or do you feel like your country is being sold out from under your feet? Because the government is telling us that the adults are back in the room, but when you look at the reality on the ground, it looks more like the inmates have taken over the asylum, literally. Drop a yes or no in the comments right now. Do you trust a single word coming out of Downing Street at the moment? And while you're there, drop a support if you think Rupert Lowe is right to stand his ground against these thugs. I read every single comment, and the establishment hates it when we talk to each other like this. Now, before we look at the specific numbers Rupert has unearthed, I need to act as your political translator and explain the game being played here. You'll hear terms like Public Accounts Committee or National Audit Office and think it's just boring paperwork. It isn't. This is the only place where the hard-working taxpayer actually gets to see where their money is disappearing. The history of the asylum system in this country is a decades-long saga of shameless gaslighting. We were told it was about helping the most vulnerable. Then we were told it was about filling labor shortages. But the real reason politicians keep this chaos going is that it feeds a massive, taxpayer-funded industry. There are NGOs, human rights lawyers, and private housing contractors who are all getting fat off the £4.9 billion a year we spend on this. They don't want the boats to stop. They want the asylum industrial complex to keep growing. When the government uses jargon like end-to-end system or operational delivery risks, let me tell you what that actually means in common sense terms. It means they have no clue who is coming in, no clue where they are going, and no clue how to get rid of them when they've been told no. They are treating our tax money like a blank check for their best mates who run the hotel chains. Why does this matter to you? The economy. When billions are siphoned into hotels and cash support, that is capital being sucked out of your local high streets, leading to shop closures, fewer jobs for our kids, and a general sense of urban decay. Social cohesion. When fighting-age males from backward cultures are dropped into working-class towns, the local trust evaporates, making people feel like strangers in their own neighborhoods and leading to a breakdown in the shared values that hold us together. The taxpayer insult. It tells every nurse, teacher, and plumber that their hard work is being used to fund a lifestyle for people who broke the law to get here, people who are often prioritized the services over the people who paid for them, which creates a deep, justified resentment. Do you feel like a second-class citizen in your own country? Because that's exactly how the woke elite wants you to feel. Let me know in the comments if you've seen the ripple effect of this chaos in your own town. Let's get into the guts of what Rupert Lowe has actually exposed. He has gone through the PAC report, and the results are astounding incompetence. He quotes the report saying, "Government departments still do not have a grip on how they will manage asylum or a clear sense of what they are trying to achieve." Think about that. No clear sense. If you ran your household budget like that, you'd be on the street. This lack of grip leads to massive overspending because there's no accountability, which drives up our national debt. It creates a security vacuum where people just disappear into the shadow economy, increasing the risk of crime and underground activity. It proves that the civil servants in the asylum group are away with the fairies, prioritizing box ticking over the actual safety of the British public. Then we have the costs, £4.9 billion spent each year, £2.7 billion on hotels, £700 million on cash support, and the government's brilliant idea to fix it. They want to move people to large purpose-driven sites like Wethersfield, which their own analysis says will cost more than the hotels. This hurts the local economy because these sites require massive policing and infrastructure that the local council can't afford, leading to cuts in your local services. It destroys social cohesion because these sites become flashpoints for conflict, bringing protests and tension to peaceful rural areas. It insults the taxpayer because we are literally paying a premium for a failed solution, proving the government cares more about appearances than your bank account. But wait, it gets worse.
Rupert highlights that there are 224,000 individuals waiting in the system, and for the failed asylum seekers, the ones who have been told they have no right to be here, the Home Office says it will seek to find them. Seek to find them. Is this a game of hide and seek? This policy creates a massive incentive for more illegals to come, knowing they'll never be deported, which keeps the boats coming indefinitely. It puts vulnerable women and girls at risk because we have thousands of undocumented, unvetted men roaming the country with zero supervision. It's a mask-off moment that shows the government has effectively surrendered our borders, rendering our laws completely meaningless for anyone who isn't British. And look at the quality of the decisions. Rupert notes that 42% of sampled decisions had significant or fail errors. This leads to an endless cycle of appeals that costs us another £1 billion in legal fees, lining the pockets of activist lawyers. It means people who should be deported are staying because of bureaucratic blunders, making our deportation figures look pathetic. It turns our judicial system into a laughingstock, showing that the Home Office is essentially operating in a parallel dimension where facts don't matter. I mean, look at this. How can any politician say this is working with a straight face? Do they think we're stupid? They are literally recruiting ill-suited staff to make complex decisions. It's a recipe for disaster. Let me know what you think about that 42% error rate down below. Is it accidental, or is it a deliberate attempt to keep the numbers up?
If we keep going down this road, there won't be a country left for our grandkids. This isn't just about migration. It's about the fundamental survival of the British nation. Look at the global context. Do you think a country like Dubai would allow 200,000 unidentified people to sit in taxpayer-funded accommodation while seeking to find the ones they've rejected? No other country would do this. We are the only nation on earth that seems to hate its own British-born and bred population enough to prioritize the rest of the world over them. The woke media will look at Rupert Lowe and call him a racist or a bigot. They'll say he's stoking division. I'm here to tell you that the division was stoked by the politicians who broke the system, not the man pointing out the cracks. This brings us to the most important part of Rupert's message. He gives advice to every British patriot watching this. He says that if you want your country back, when they call you those names, when they try to gaslight you into silence, there are 3 key words you need to use. I don't care.
Encourage the British people that if they want their country back, they've got to adopt the same attitude that we do. And the key 3 words are, when you're called a racist or you're called a bigot or you're called right-wing, which I don't even think we are, I just think we're the common sense party, the 3 key words are, I don't care.
Yes.
So
That is the power of the silent majority waking up. We don't care about their labels. We don't care about their woke sensibilities. We care about our families, our safety, and our future. A Restore Britain government would crush this system on day one. Deport them all. No more hotels, no more seeking to find. Just the front door and a one-way ticket. The mask-off truth is that this intentional, monumental catastrophe is designed to drain the public purse and destroy the social fabric of our nation. Rupert Lowe has given us the receipts, and they are printed in our own tax money. I've given you the facts, now you give me your thoughts. Are you ready to say, I don't care, to the people who are destroying this country? Smash that like button, hit subscribe so we can keep fighting this gaslighting together, and I'll see you in the next one. Restore Britain or lose it forever. The choice is yours.